Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, once known as the Steel City. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, Pittsburgh was the backbone of America's steel industry. The city produced more than half of America's steel. However, this legacy came with a cost. For decades, Pittsburgh also faced severe air and river pollution, seeing smoky conditions so intense that street lights had to be used in the daytime. But Pittsburgh's story didn't end with the pollution left behind by the Industrial Revolution. As the steel mills closed and the smoke began to clear, the city faced a choice: fall into decline or reinvent. Over the past few decades, Pittsburgh has transformed itself into a national model for urban renewal, clean technology, and sustainability. What once powered the nation with steel now powers change through innovation, green buildings, and a commitment to a healthier future. At the heart of this transformation is a network of organizations pushing for a more sustainable, resilient, and equitable Pittsburgh. One of the oldest and most impactful is Green Building Alliance. Founded in 1993, GBA is a nonprofit working to prove that buildings and the way we design them can be powerful tools for change. Their mission states, "We positively transform the world through the built environment to create a sustainable, healthy, resilient, and economically vibrant future for everyone." Their work is inspired by the idea that sustainability isn't just a technical challenge, it's a design challenge. As sustainability scholar John Ehrenfield puts it, there is a way to sustainability, and the way is design, based on taking new ideas from every trace of sustainability we can locate. Green Building Alliance embodies that philosophy by helping communities rethink the structures we live, work, and learn in. From the materials we use to the systems we rely on, they believe that thoughtful, intentional design and data tracking can transform not only buildings, but also the culture around how we see ourselves in relation to the environment.
Okay, so GBA's vision is that every building and every community is sustainable so that every person can thrive. Is that the built environment is the connective tissue between quality of life and thriving economies. Our values and the way that we come to our work is very much along the lines of meeting people where they are and finding their door to sustainability. We're here as coaches, as inspirers, as educators, as celebrators. We are not here as someone that's going to shame you because you aren't making good decisions related to how you build and operate your building. We're here to teach you how to do it and make sure that your building works for your organization, while also thinking through the impact of your building on future generations. So the biggest milestone that I'm proud of is the fact that the City of Pittsburgh's building owners and operators achieved a reduction in their greenhouse gas emissions of their buildings by 52% this year, which was a key milestone. We've been saying for about a decade that we needed to reduce the energy use and the emissions associated with the energy use by 50 to 65% by the year 2030 and getting all the way to zero by 2040. So the fact that we've surpassed the first milestone of 50% here in 2025, 5 years ahead of schedule, is something that I'm really proud of. That people's understanding and sophistication and education will constantly have ups and downs, and we've seen it before, we will see it again. I want everyone, especially new graduates coming out of programs, to not lose heart. That those of us that are older in the industry have gone through periods of time where there's been no recognition of climate change as an actual issue, that there's been active resistance against the idea of reducing energy use and improving buildings. And so that's what I hope for this class, that you all are keeping that to heart and knowing that you've got to be a consistent thread through the good times and the bad times while we continue to work on this problem.
A mission like this can't succeed without clear, measurable results. That's where data comes in. At GBA, the 2030 district team uses building performance data to track progress, set goals, and inspire action. As a data and research intern, I've seen firsthand how this work shapes sustainability outcomes, and the performance and outreach coordinator shares why this data is so essential.
So we track energy, we also track carbon, we do also track water. Pittsburgh has definitely had a history with some water related issues. We do have a combined sewer system, so focusing on reducing the amount of water that's going into that sewer system, whether it's from the commercial and residential side, so what you use within your building, or whether it's stormwater as well. Reducing both of those is going to help the sewer system not overflow and not spill untreated water back into our waterways. The indoor air quality thing largely came about as a result of Pittsburgh's rather long history with terrible air quality. It's certainly gotten a lot better. You can see across the city. If you look at pictures, back in the early 1900s, you couldn't see to the top of buildings from the street.
All of this work with the built environment connects directly to the United Nations Sustainability Development Goal 11, which is Sustainable Cities and Communities. SDG 11 is about making cities inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. And that's what Green Building Alliance is working towards. As a data and research intern with GBA's 2030 district team, I've been able to see this work up close. I help with partner meetings where we go over their progress for the year, which goals they've hit, which ones they are trying to set for the year ahead, and how GBA can support them. We also talk about any obstacles they are facing and assist them with that. Part of my role is making sure that our data is accurate. I enter water and energy bills from new partners into our system and check that everything looks consistent and correct. I've also been working on a capital improvement plan guide for small business partners. It's a tool to help them track building systems, plan for upgrades, and make sure sustainability is built into every project. Whether that's switching to LED lights, upgrading to energy efficient heating and cooling, or other improvements that reduce environmental impact. This experience has shown me that data isn't just numbers. It's the foundation for any sustainability initiative. Data tells the story, shows the progress, and helps inspire action. Moving forward, I want to keep learning how to collect, visualize, and share data in a way that makes it valuable. Not just environmental value, but also monetary value, so that people can clearly see the impact and be motivated to make lasting changes that would help our environment.